Hey, well, guys, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I hope you guys have a beautiful few days off. Like I said, sorry about that. I didn't know that. I thought Mikey Boy was going to cut that video like halfway through. I didn't know that whole video was going to get played. Yeah, like one of the things that I am super, super grateful for is the opportunity to go celebrate Mass at St. Pat's in Bayshore at 12 o'clock tomorrow, to be with some of the most amazing people that I've ever met in my entire life. One of the things that they have taught me, the people in the 12-step community have taught me, is that they give me kind of like a little lesson on the Bible. And what we use as a term for our struggle, right, is addiction. Would you guys agree? We hear that all the time? Right? I got this, that, and the other thing that I struggle with or that I am addicted to or this person is addicted to. And it can range from anything, right? From addicted to TikTok, to drugs or alcohol, to yourself, right? There are all kinds of addiction. But actually in the Bible doesn't actually use the word addiction. But what was kind of brought to light for me was that the people in the Old Testament, even in the New Testament, like they understood that sin is really like synonymous with addiction, right? And so whatever it is that one struggles with or has like gives into as far as sin is concerned, whatever that might be that you and I have, like the church might say sin, but like maybe the culture just says addiction here. So it works synonymously. And it had me thinking too. Because then I started like, once I got the opportunity to meet people in like the 12-step community in Bayshore, they had approached me and said, hey, like, you speak in our language. Would you be able to celebrate Mass for us? Because we have so much to be thankful for what God or the program or our higher power has done for us. And we kind of just want to come together in like one large group of prayer, right? So I was like, yeah, sure. And so like we started to do this, but like I wanted to get to know them more and like their spirituality. So I started reading like the 12 steps. I started reading like AA literature, right? And getting a sense of like what their journey to healing involves. And it is really quite remarkable how intense if one is going to like set themselves on a path of recovery from and like sobriety from whatever that is that they're struggling with. They need to go through like very rigorous steps. And one of the things is that they have to actually be honest with themselves and own their faults. Like they can't hide anymore from the reality that they don't do anything wrong or that the thing that they were doing wrong wasn't really hurting anybody. And so like they had to actually sit with that. And so like I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. One of the things that they talk about, which I would really like to like focus on today, is that they talk about like whatever that is that brought them into this like program of recovery. They said that like when they were living in that addiction, it takes away, it clouds their judgment. It's like they live in this fog where the only thing that they can think about is this particular addiction, right? And they can't wait to get the next hit. Like we've seen this stuff on TV shows, or maybe unfortunately you have a family member, or maybe we have family members or friends that struggle with this stuff. And they're only looking for the next hit. And so they become so consumed in this kind of cloud that they can't realize other things that are going on in their life. First and foremost, how harmful it is to themselves. But then also how harmful and destructive it is to the lives of the ones that they love who are very close and dear to them. Also, what they say is that when they're living like this, they cannot perceive the blessings that are actually taking place in their life. And so one of the things that they say is like, when they dry out, when they sober up, right, from whatever it is that they're in, or whatever it is that they're doing, and they like step away from it, they say with each passing day, with each 24 hours, with each passing moment where they stay away and like resist whatever it is, working the program that they have to work, right, they become more clear. Like their mind steps out of the fog that they're in, and they slowly step into a brighter day, like where they could actually start perceiving their reality around them. Like, they then become to realize how harmful whatever it is that they were dealing with is to themselves. It's like a wake-up call, right? But then like with passing of sobriety each day, they can start to see, not only perceive the pain that they had caused other people in their life, but also too, they realized how much of a hurricane their life had been, and actually own what they did wrong in the lives of others. When people would say, like, when they just smack them with the truth and like, this is how you act, this is how you are, and I don't want to be around you anymore with this, they can actually hear it and understand it and take it in. They say, I've talked to so many people, and this is one of the things that I love about this Mass tomorrow that I always go to, that I love, that I really appreciate, is that they then also can understand and see the blessings, the smallest blessings and the greatest blessings in their life. They can understand that it came from their higher power or from our Lord Jesus. Okay, all right, I'm long-winded here, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to explain all that to you if you have no idea what like the 12-step program is and all that kind of stuff, right? In the gospel, we come across the one man out of these 10 who come back. Like this man had complete clarity that he had been healed. And he knew that it was outside of a power outside of himself. He knew that he had nothing to do with it, right? And he's completely grateful for it. It was almost as if like he had stepped out of this problem that he had, right? He came out of this thing and he was like super grateful for the blessing that he had. He was completely aware of this blessing. And the first thing he did was thank God for him. For that. He ran back. The other nine were physically healed and didn't go back and say thank you. Like outwardly, they were normal again. They were clean. Everything was okay. But their heart had not changed. They were very ungrateful for the blessing that they had. They became indifferent. And they were just like, yeah, I'm deserving of this. When you and I, like, put the mask on and make everything look good on the outside, but we don't really work on, like, the real moral things, the sins or the addictions that we have in our life, you and I are unaware to perceive the blessings that come forth in our life. And we just move along with our life, maybe even saying that God doesn't really give us any blessings, or nobody really loves us or cares about us, or nobody even says anything nice to me. But maybe we have to take the deep, hard look inside and say, am I living a life that is preventing me from perceiving the blessings that are being showered upon me? Or am I living a life of clouded judgment interiorly that is causing me to just demand more of other people and even God, like I'm deserving of things? See, like the spirit of the interior life, the thing I absolutely love about that Mass tomorrow, is that all of these people have so much joy because of the blessings that they're now able to perceive in their life. And they become super grateful. And it's everything that the Mass should be, a Mass of thanking God for the blessings in our life. Now, I know that all of us in this room come from a different place and circumstance in our life. And I know that there are some of you, like myself, who really love this holiday, who really love this time to be able to spend it with family and friends, and you have particular traditions that you want to dive into. But I also am very aware that there are some of you who are pretty much looking forward to get back to Monday already. And that there is nothing this weekend that you're particularly fond of, or any holiday for that matter, because of the situation that you might be in. But that does not mean that there aren't blessings. There are blessings. And I think today at this Mass, it's a good time for you and I to maybe just focus on what those blessings are so that we can hold on to them, and whether we really appreciate this holiday and everything that it represents, right? To carry us through this really good spirit of joy, to get us through like this weekend and just like float on that cloud. Or maybe it's just recognizing those blessings for those of us who really look at this holiday or holidays as torture. Let's focus on those blessings so that they can sustain us throughout this weekend and this time, so that we might not allow the spirit of discouragement or despair to really take hold of us this weekend, but to make the most of it and allow the blessings that we can perceive at this moment from God and help us and carry us through this weekend so that we can overcome it. We can go through it, we can move forward, and we can then go about our daily life. So how about this? Today, at this Mass, why don't we when we come to receive Holy Communion, why don't we just ask the intercession of that one man who came back with gratitude? And at this moment, what I would ask is for us to just think about something, somebody, some place, or whatever it is that we're super grateful for, and just ask our Lord to help us to hold on to that so that we may just really live out this weekend with a spirit of gratitude and joy to sustain us through it.